Hello everyone and welcome to our channel, Las Hermanas.
The sisters.
My name is Yuvia
My name's Annette.
and today we're going to be talking about New Year's resolutions. Okay, I know we've been gone for like maybe a week or something, maybe two, because we did post a bloopers video, but that was like our backup video.
Yeah. I had to fly out of the country unexpectedly, so kind of set us back. We were supposed to do this one before the New Year, but you know, stuff happens.
Things happen, especially with family. So, so we decided to still do the video. We could still talk about these things, especially because it's not even 2 weeks into the New Year. So we still got time. But yeah, today we wanted to talk to you guys about like what are your New Year's resolutions, and if you even plan to make some, because I know some people now are kind of just like, it's another year, it's another day, whatever, they don't really care. But if you do, we would like to know what your New Year's resolutions are and will be for the next year.
Or if you guys have any New Year's resolution practices, stuff that you guys do,
prayers, whether it be other cultures, how you guys do it,
let us know.
Spirituality. Yeah, let us know because we want to know. Okay, so we're gonna share with you guys a little bit of what we like to do and what I did for my New Year's. So she'll tell y'all what she did. But Happy New Year's, everyone. I don't know if I already said that, but Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year 2022.
2022, baby. Okay, so.
But yeah, I think this year we didn't do the traditional New Year's Eve thing. I think for the longest time you always just go out and party, and that's great, like I'm not saying don't go out there and party, it's fun and everything, but sometimes it's nice to just kind of change it a little, especially as you get a little bit older,
Yeah. If y'all watched our first video, you guys know how old we are. If you haven't, go watch it because we ain't saying here. But yeah, so let's get started with the first topic. It is spiritual rituals for New Year's. Now, before anybody gets scared and like, oh my God, rituals is like just the name of things. When you do certain practices, it doesn't have to do with like witchcraft or anything. It can. But there's also other rituals that people do. It could be, by the church or whatever, So don't get scared by that word. It's just how you say it. You can look up the definition.
Just means it's another word for practice.
Yes.
My first one is to reevaluate the past year. So a lot of the times, all of us are like super focused on, oh my gosh, it's the new year and I have to like, what am I gonna do for this coming up year? So all of your focus is on, I'm going to do this next year, I'm going to do that next year. So that's great and everything, but at the same time, I think we tend to forget all the things that we have already done, like the things that we accomplished this past year, or goals that we set for ourselves that, we were able to do, or things that you didn't think you were ever going to do, stuff that you had never done before, that it was the first time. So it's also a good practice to reevaluate what you have accomplished and what has brought you to where you are today, because in a way that also sets you up to be grateful for the things that you have achieved this year, and then going forward. So that is what I put on mine. You can actually do this on New Year's Eve, so just set some time aside throughout the day and just write it down, or even just think about it,
or talk about it amongst friends.
So
okay, mine is spiritual baths. So this one, I did my spiritual bath on New Year's Eve because it's kind of like cleansing away all of the old and then in with the new type of thing. I definitely, while I was taking a bath, I did go through everything that I've been through this past year. Gave myself a pat on the back for the things that I did good, and the things that I've outgrown. Sometimes we will look back and we'll be upset about certain things, but we can't let go of certain things, then we can't grow. So I definitely, spent time doing that. And spiritual baths are very relaxing. You know, you're bringing in the new year in a very relaxed state. You can add essential oils if you like essential oils. You can add your favorite bubble bath. You can add salts, bath salts. And also even flowers. Yeah, there's like dried packets of flowers that they sell on Amazon, which I actually did add rose petals and
you have rose petals, lavender, and it's jasmine.
Oh, jasmine. There you go. Yeah. So just sprinkle that in there, you know, and just give yourself a little luxury bath. Do your facials. Take care of you for the New Year's Eve. If you don't have anything extravagant going on, that's a great way to bring in the new year. Just relaxing and having a relaxed state of mind. And also reading a book that you really like, you know. It doesn't have to be crazy, you know. So yeah, that's how I spend my New Year's Eve.
So a second practice or ritual is to meditate, or for some of us it might be prayer, or it could be both. You can meditate and pray. This I would give yourself time to actually do this on New Year's Eve and after the New Year. So your meditation or prayer has to be continuous. Let's say you start at 11:55 and end at 12:05. So you gave yourself time to start in the old year and, you know, end in the new year. This actually, you know, you can actually do this with others if you don't want to do it by yourself. Cool. You know, if you're having friends over and be like, you know what, guys, like countdown or whatever, let's all sit down and start our meditation and our prayer for the new year.
That's a good vibe.
Well, yeah, because then you start, just how she said, you know, you start the new year like peaceful and, you know, in harmony.
Yeah, because, you know, there's nothing wrong with going out and partying on New Year's, but if you really think about it, we're out there doing crazy stuff. We don't even focus our mind or connect our body to our mind and stuff, and we don't really like set your intentions for the new year. So I'm not saying not to go party, okay? You can still go party. I'm just saying it's just something that I know.
It's an alternate. It's another option.
By the way, this tea is really good. Yeah, we are drinking some flower bloom tea. I actually got this as a gift, and you simmer the water, you pour it into the pot, then the flower blooms inside, and it actually has really good flavor, so it's really good. It was from Amazon as well, so delicioso. Okay. So my next thing is cleaning your house. This I did on New Year's Day. So basically I woke up, you know, I put on the music that I wanted to listen to. I cleaned the house from the kitchen to the bathroom to the living room to the clothes, washed everything. So yeah, you know, I pretty much just set my intention that I want this year to be like less cluttered. So I cleaned the house and I staged a little bit, you know, staging like bad energy out of your apartment or even your car. You can also do that in your car, lighting some incense, you know. Or yourself, yes. Because,
your
you know,
animals.
Yeah, your animals as well. Yep, you can always do a little, you know, staging on your animals, because animals also absorb a lot of energy, especially because, you know, there's people like, oh, I don't like that type of dog, and it's like, well, that's why you don't have one. You know,
so. She has chihuahuas, so.
Yeah, I have chihuahuas. Which is ironic because I never wanted chihuahuas. I was one of those people that was always like, oh my god, chihuahuas are so annoying.
Yeah, like, I didn't like chihuahuas either until I met our chihuahuas.
My chihuahuas are different though. My babies are trained, they're smart, they're loving. They'll bark. Obviously, any dog barks when it comes to like another person invading their personal space or coming close to their person, you know. Obviously that happens, but for the most part, they're not ankle biters, and they will come up to you when they feel like it.
Mine's an ankle biter.
Yeah, but he's not even a chihuahua. Well, kind of. He's a little crazy though. He's a boy, so you know.
He's a Pomeranian Shih Tzu, so yeah.
Tough breed there.
Yeah.
Tough breed.
Okay, so on our next topic, how to manifest a good year.
How do you manifest a good year?
Okay, so my first one is to get clear on what it is that you want, like exactly. You have to be very specific. This is going to help you better to move in the direction that you actually are looking for in the new year. It'll help you take action towards that goal or whatever it is that you want. It also helps you to not get distracted and to be able to say no to the things that you don't want. Yeah, and then make sure that when you do this, that you declare it to the universe with confidence.
But yeah, she's pretty much right. Like, you would definitely have to set your intentions, be very specific, and picture yourself already doing what you want to do. Claim that it's yours. Whenever you talk about it to other people, you might sound a little crazy, but if you don't claim it, then the universe will never give it to you. You will never receive it. So you have to make sure, even if you're, no, I'm gonna be a millionaire, and your friend looks at you
Feel
like,
it.
are you sure about that? Yeah, I already am. They don't have to know. They don't have to know why you're saying that. They could look at you crazy all they want, but then when you are a millionaire, they're gonna be like, hey friend.
Remember me? We were best friends. You'd be like, you haven't talked to me for like a whole year. It'll come out.
But yeah, that's when they come out.
Even the ones that you haven't seen in 5 years.
The tea. No, I'm
Another practice, let go of previous behaviors, thoughts, beliefs that held you back from actually manifesting and receiving what you want. Because holding on to these same patterns and doing the same types of things like over again, you're kind of in a way also telling the universe that you don't want the things that you're trying to manifest, because you're continuing to do the same things that you did last year. So this comes into, when you want something, you do have to change certain things, the way that you think, even the way that you say things. You have to be more mindful of your wording when you are manifesting. This is why, again, going back to be very clear, because if you use words like I wish,
I will, I'm going to,
I will try, these are all like really bad words.
Yeah, you have to say I am. It is. So you really have to pay attention to that. And I know it's hard because, it's hard for us to like get out of the way of thinking that we've grown up to know, or like we're used to acting or doing certain things that we grew up with, but at the same time, if you want your life to change, like she said, you have to also make a change and put those steps forward into wanting something different. Like me and my sister, we've actually been working out, we've been eating healthier because we don't want to stay in the same like stagnant energy as before. So we were always like saying, oh, we want better and we want more, but we weren't willing to put in any of the work. So why is the universe going to gift us with anything if we're not willing to also give? You have to put in that work, So
You really do.
Because working out, let me tell you, my legs are still sore. But in the long run, it's going to help me and my self-confidence, and it's going to make me feel better. I'm going to be healthier. My heart's going to be healthier. So it's going to benefit me. Why not invest in yourself? A lot of people also with eating healthy, they'll be like, oh, it's so expensive. Yeah, it's expensive, but would you rather invest in eating healthier, or would you rather pay for a freaking hospital bill later on?
And with the whole like eating healthy is so expensive thing, like you don't want to spend, the $10 for buying something at, let's say Whole Foods, for example. Yeah. But you can go to McDonald's and spend $10 for one meal there that it's like 1,000 calories.
Yeah.
And really bad for you.
That's not even real food.
It has ingredients that cause cancer.
Yep.
So, I don't know. Yeah, so for us, this year I tried not to like make such a huge list of things that I wanted for this year. I wanted to keep it a little bit smaller so that I can stay focused on, you know, certain things. Because sometimes when you try to manifest too many things all at once, you kind of, you know, you're not focused on them.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
then they don't, you know. So
be easy on yourself.
Yeah.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
For me, the main one this year, since we already kind of mentioned it a little bit, was eat healthier. In the past, yes, I've always tried to eat as healthy as possible, but I was still buying more foods that were processed with refined sugars. So even though you're trying to eat that salad or that chicken, you know, if it's not organic, or depending on how it was grown, you know, it's not really gonna do much. So this year I really do want to put more of a focus on reading labels before I buy food, which is something I didn't used to do until my sister moved in. You know, it sucks to be at the grocery store, standing there and literally holding the product in your hand and having to read everything that's in there.
Yeah.
But on the long run, it will be better for you. Even with products, you know, we're starting to switch our toothpaste or shampoos,
body
hand
wash,
everything,
lotion.
you know, to more organic products that are better for your skin.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be from an organic brand. It could just be like our lotion is Vaseline brand, but we try to get one that's no fragrance. You know, I try to get
dyes.
Yeah, no dyes, no fragrances, because those cause rashes, and also like skin diseases. Yep, they could cause eczema and all that stuff. So like I already have sensitive skin, so it kind of led me to having to go in a more organic route.
Yeah, so I think, you know, being more conscious of what I'm putting in my body this year, pretty much. And you know, what I give my daughter, even what I feed to my dog. You know, I did not used to care about those things. I used to look more for price, you know, oh, you know, let's go for the cheap one. But you know, that might actually just not be good for you. You might not even be eating food because there's so much stuff and chemicals in food now.
This is true. And a lot of dog food brands, well, not a lot of them, but I've heard some of them have caused a lot of dog issues. So like seizures and dogs dying and stuff. So, you know, sometimes too, just because it's expensive doesn't mean that it's the best. So that's why you have to read your ingredients and do the work, bro. Do the work.
Read. Everything that you're eating, that you're, you know, putting on your body, like every product that you buy, you know, because obtain more knowledge.
Yeah.
You know,
because not just like if you want to be healthy ultimately, not just from your body, but also from your mind, you want to have a healthy mind. All these products also affect your mind, like your mental health. They can cause your hormones to go imbalance, and then therefore it causes you to always be depressed. It causes anxiety. So all of these ingredients in your food are causing all these other things that you think that are just natural or normal, but in all reality, it's not. So you want to definitely take a second look when it comes to what you're putting into your body and on your body.
Yeah, especially for me, I do have a hormonal imbalance, so I have to be careful what I eat, because otherwise it'll cause me to gain weight more rapidly than normal. So yeah, we're gonna focus on that. Another one is to be more consistent with exercise. It's not that I don't exercise. I have exercised for I don't know how many years now, but
Just to do kickboxing.
but staying super consistent is a thing that I want to focus on, because I will, you know, I'll start, and for a good 4 months or so, maybe 5, I will be very consistent, but then I'll skip a day or 2, and then it'll become 3, 4, then days become to weeks, and then months. And then it's harder to go back in. So it's an exercise consistency, and I have her, so she'll probably be like, let's go.
I have a very good like discipline aspect of me, like where if I really want something, I'm gonna get my ass up and like do it, you know. So like if I'm really tired, you're gonna know, because I'll literally be like, I can't today, like because I'm a fighter when it comes to the things that I really want.
Yep, she did that.
But this past week I was exhausted. Like I couldn't even keep my eyes open.
I got up and I got ready for the first time.
Yeah, I felt so bad. I was like, she actually woke up today.
I did, and I put a lot of effort into what outfit I was gonna wear for working out.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll make up for that. But yeah, we've been doing pretty good. We've been consistent and stuff. And don't forget that also, like, when you are caring about your body and everything, like, it's a type of self-love. So, like, you know, if you're bringing in the new year, just make sure that, if you ever said, like, I want to learn how to love myself more. Well, learning how to love yourself is also, like, taking care of what you eat, taking care of your body, and, you know, just showing you, like, even little things that you like to do, like getting your nails done or whatever. If you have the means for it, go ahead and do it. Pamper yourself, you know, because that's very important, and that will ultimately guide you to a better path. It'll connect you to your soul and everything. So definitely I advise for, you know, a lot of self-loving, because nobody will love you.
That is true. Maybe your mother, but
no, tampoco, because, you know, your mom can love you eternally or whatever, but then, like, you have to love yourself, the ugly and the good, you know.
So, what else? So I want to focus more on meditating and praying every morning. I've noticed that when I do that, it actually sets up my day, and I'm more focused throughout the day. I get the things that I need to do accomplished. I'm not all over the place or unfocused. So that's another goal of mine.
Wow. For me, I want to read more books for sure, because I think that reading you expand your mind more. And I've been putting reading off because I've never really liked reading, but I think that it'll expand my vocabulary and my mind. So I definitely want to be reading more books.
Yeah, she makes me read them to her sometimes.
Well, you gotta tell people that.
Hopefully she can read them to herself now.
She's like, hopefully one day you'll find someone that can read you the book.
I'm gonna start charging.
Audible, okay?
Yeah.
My friend let me use her Audible, so
I'm gonna start charging her for every book that she has me read to her out loud.
That's hilarious. Okay.
Like 10 minutes. Or I'll do $10 for 5 minutes.
That's fucking hilarious. What do you hear of a 28-year-old getting right to this?
For real.
And doing yoga because, or like meditation. I want to meditate more to become more spiritually aligned. I want to align all of my chakras. If you don't know what that is, we'll talk more about that stuff later, but you can definitely Google it as well. There are books as well.
Excuse my cat.
Yeah, this is Athena, if you can see her tail. But she seeks attention sometimes, and she'll scream at you for it. Yep. So yeah, like meditation in the mornings, even if you do it for like 10-15 minutes, it'll help you to kind of like wake up and then connect your body to your mind, because sometimes we'll wake up and our body won't be ready, and you know, we'll be all tired and slumped, and we think coffee is like the proper way to wake us up, but no, ultimately like connecting your mind and your body is the proper way. So it'll help you wake up. You guys are ready, refreshed. You had that moment of silence and peace with yourself, and then you're ready to tackle on the day, you know what I mean?
You can even do it before you go to sleep, or as you're falling asleep. Yes. I actually like to do it as I'm falling asleep, because if you guys are overthinkers, then you know that at nighttime your body is extremely tired, but your mind just keeps going. So in order for me to actually be able to fall asleep, I actually have to have a guided meditation where I only focus on one thing, and then eventually I will drift off into sleep, and I'll have like a really good uninterrupted sleep. So for people that can't meditate normally, just naturally, there are guided meditations on YouTube, and they're very helpful. I've used them myself. So like, you know, there are meditation sounds, and then there's guided meditation. So I recommend the guided meditation for the ones that can't really get to that point where you shut everything off. So, or if you have insomnia.
Yeah,
It's really good.
it really helps, honestly. Because, yeah, you know, we tend to overthink about our whole day, and honestly, that's not good. It's not good for us. We stress out, and then we're laying there all stressed, like, oh my God, like,
Yeah, it's not gonna get you anywhere. And I think a joint goal for both of us this year is also to travel more. We are huge on wanting to know new places, experience new things, learn about different cultures. Right now for us, it's really big to actually, you know more about Native American culture, especially because coming from Mexico, you know, you're part of our family is native from Mexico, so we want to be a little bit more in tune with that, and traveling to certain areas is going to help. And obviously, who doesn't enjoy a vacation?
Right.
So.
And then Mexico has a lot of beautiful places and food, and ooh,
Which we will be vlogging.
Yes,
in the future.
We'll be vlogging
for our
in the future.
trips.
Yeah, definitely. Whether it's like small trips, maybe an hour away, whatever, we'll still vlog it. So stay tuned for those. But yeah, I just wanted to add on that, you know, for how to manifest a good year, I did listen to, what's her name? The girl?
Leor.
What is it? Alexandra. Yeah. So we followed her on our Instagram. And she was talking about how, like, you know, to manifest a good year, you should already act like the year had already passed and write down all the stuff that you did in that year. So then you're telling the universe, I already did that. That belongs to me. So that's a great way, because sometimes you don't even know what to write or how to start. So you'll be like, oh, thank you, universe, for letting me do this in 2022, whatever. Like, I did that for New Year's Day. I manifested. I wrote it all down. I was like, 2022 was amazing. I went to this vacation. I got this car, you know, and like, you have to be specific. Like, what car do you want? What vacation? How much did you save? So it's definitely
year.
Yeah, it has.
What color?
Yeah, it takes you some time, but you know, really put thought into it. And if you really want to do it, you're gonna do it. You know.
Yep. Attach that emotion to it as well.
Yeah. I was gonna say that there are a lot of people that do like a New Year's resolution for working out, and I totally respect that. And I'm one of those people that actually have done my New Year's resolution as like, I want to work out this year. But ultimately, I want you guys to know that don't wait for the new year. Okay, like if you really want to do something, you don't have to wait for the next year to begin. So if you really want to start living your life today or tomorrow, just go for it. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise, you know. Don't let the year hold you back, or, you know, maybe financially you'll be like, oh, by next year I'll be better. But at the same time, like, if you have it now, do it now. Don't wait. You know.
Just true.
Yeah, so my focal points are just, you know, to be a little easier on myself and be able to express my emotions, because that's very hard for me. Figuring myself out as a person, because even though we are, you know, I'm 28 years old now. Mentioned it, so I'm 28 years old now, and I think that, you know, I'm done learning. No, we're never going to be done learning. I might feel like I've gone through a lot of things, which I have, but at the same time, like, I'm still experiencing life in different ways. So I'm just trying to learn more about myself and love myself and be comfortable with who I am as a person. So
I foresee a lot of changes in your future.
Definitely, yeah. So we were actually talking about that today. But all right, well, that is pretty much all of the conversation we have for today.
Yep. And so we're actually going to add the links for Leor Alexandra if you actually want to check out her YouTube channel. Amazing. Her Instagram. She talks a lot about many different topics in there aside from how to manifest. So I would definitely check it out. We also follow Aaron Dowdy on YouTube and Instagram.
Yep.
He actually has a community that I follow as well, and he's actually one of the very first people that I started listening to on YouTube when I was doing when I started my spiritual awakening. So he has really helped me a lot to changed my perspective on the way that I see life in general. So definitely check him out. We also listen to Jay Shetty.
He's a great one too.
Great.
Yeah.
He's just amazing. Like, I absolutely love him. And for those of us who are, you know, a little bit more religious, I definitely like Pastor Michael Todd, and I follow him on Instagram and on TikTok. So he's really good. So we'll also put that in case you guys want to check that out too.
Yep. And then for me, since we're talking about spiritual people and all that stuff, on TikTok we have _ Teal Swan, and we'll go ahead and put her at the bottom in the description as well. Teal Swan pretty much puts everything into perspective. Like if you have certain questions or doubts, or you're sitting there thinking like, oh, why does this happen because of that? She'll literally put it into perspective for you. She talks about a lot of different topics, parenting, you know, being like a person that just wants to express themselves like physically or emotionally, whatever. So she talks about anything and everything. So I really like her. And then we do have some of our friends that we want to shout out and pretty much put their ads down in the description. We have our friend Marilyn Doll, which she just started her TikTok, and her TikTok is Marilyn Doll 94. And she pretty much she's a drag queen, so she creates all of her looks with a glue gun. It's crazy because I've never seen a drag queen that performs, and as she's performing she's like changing outfits. So it's like a really cool way to see drag in a new way. And she also does backyard drag shows where she lives. So, you know, if you want to check out her stuff, she's going to be posting a lot of her art. She sees it as shows, her art. Her shows and her clothes that she does.
The process.
All that stuff.
Making all those things.
On TikTok. And then she also has a Instagram, Marilyn Doll 94 as well. And on there you can see all her photo shoots and her shows and all that stuff. So we actually haven't been able to go to one of her shows, but when we do, we will vlog it so that you guys can view what it's like to be there. And then we have another one, which is my friend Laura. My friend Laura is going to be opening up a business. Well, it's already in the works, but she's going to be dropping her line soon of mezcal, which
so excited.
I know, I'm so excited to try it. It's going to be amazing because she did this project from the very beginning all the way to the end. So she went over to Mexico, she planted the mezcal, and then now she's harvesting it, which is really cool. I think she's very inspirational as a person. And for her to do this, like, it's even more amazing. And she puts her heart into everything that she does. So this project, she pretty much worked with all women, which are las mujeres mezcaleras. So I'm very excited for her. She will be dropping her mezcal soon. And her @ is going to be de Cordova _ mezcal, all on lowercase. So we can't wait to...
I know, I'm excited for that. And I can't wait to go to the party.
Yeah, if we're able to scoop up another bottle, because we're gonna have our bottle, but if we're able to scoop up another bottle, we'll do like a giveaway so that you guys can try her mezcal. And if you guys ever want to purchase a mezcal, then you can go ahead and hit her up on her Instagram. But yeah, so that's pretty much all we have for today.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys had a great New Year's.
And it's never too late to still do your ritual for the New Year. So don't think that just because, New Year's Eve is already came and went. So no, you can still go ahead and do it. Even if it's in the middle of the year, you can go ahead and, do another manifesting ritual. So it's never too late.
Yes.
Start now.
Yes. Start, like I said. Don't let anything hold you back.
The time is now.
The time is now.
Don't wait.
Yeah, if there's any small businesses out there that want to be promoted, I know we're still a small channel, but we would love to help you out. If you have certain products, we will purchase them. I don't mind buying them. I love helping out other small businesses and just getting to see new things, like people's art and stuff like that. So yes, food. Liquor. Snacks, liquor.
Especially liquor.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm on a 21-day cleanse.
She's already feeding for the alcohol.
I am. I think this is gonna be the second week.
I think the next bottle she's gonna drink is the mezcal.
probably.
And that's dropping till February. So
Oh, so excited.
yeah, so we're excited about that. We'll tell you guys, obviously, we'll show you guys on a video how we'll taste it on a video. How about that?
I'll let y'all know how it is.
We'll taste it on a video. Do a little cheers and stuff. All right, you guys. Well, I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. We will see you guys next Sunday, and we will see what other topics. We'll see what other topics we bring up, and have a good one.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yeah. I'm gonna go eat another bowl of birria because I just made birria today.
She did.
That shit was fun.
Yeah, it really was. Después de casar.
No, otra vez ya no. All right, you guys. Bye.
Bye.